Rashmi, pressing this.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Dr. Adila Rafiz, and I'd like to welcome you today to a very important call. It's called Embodied Authority. Okay, we're going to get into what on earth that means in a minute. But if you're new here, if this is your first time interacting with me, if it's your first time interacting with the body whispering energy, just a really warm welcome to coming home. Not necessarily to me, not necessarily even to the technique or the Life Whispering Institute, but to your body, to embodiment as you are meant to experience it. Welcome to hopefully the start of a really beautiful journey for you. So thank you for trusting the whispers to being here, no matter who you are and how you ended up on the Zoom or watching the replay. I absolutely trust that it has found you in the right moment in your life. There is something for you to get out of this. Okay. So I look forward to hearing about it. Now, as mentioned, my name is Dr. Adila, and I'm joined today by a couple of my really amazing teammates and a couple of really amazing hosts that are going to be hosting me soon for a live body whispering class. And when we have a live body whispering class anywhere in the world, it's like it's a different ball game. Because you guys know that energy amplifies when you're in the room together with multiple people doing something powerful. And I want to bring some of that power and energy to you today. So, what I would like to start with is this is going to be a powerful call. The whole point of today's call is actually to activate power for you and in your body. The theme of this call is embodied authority. Like I said, we're going to get into what that means, but it is about embodying authority in your life, embodying energetic dominance in your life, embodying power and healing in every area of your life. So, welcome to that experience. And on that note, I'd like to introduce you to one of my dearest friends, Dattatreya, who is co hosting this call with me. So, Dattri, would you like to say hello?
Hello, welcome everybody, and thank you so much, Dr. Deela. This is such an incredible thing for me. Like, I get to kind of be on this conversation and kind of ask you guys on behalf of everyone that's watching, like, kind of direct this call. And there are a bunch of questions that I'd like to ask you. A little bit about myself. I'm someone who works with people creating empowerment. That's something I do, and I've had the absolute honor of knowing Adila for a decade, I think now, and it's been an incredible friendship. I mean, started off as a mentor, someone who I really look up to, her quality of work and what she has to offer. And over the years, a fantastic friendship. Yes, and I get to create with her the incredible work that she gets to put out in the world. So I love the topic. I absolutely think it's very congruent with what you are kind of also putting out in the world now. Like over the years, the way also everything that's kind of developed within the Life Whispering Institute and what is there to offer. I actually want to kind of take a moment to, Adila, kind of rewind and get you to talk to us about your journey being a chiropractic. I know you've spent years doing some great, fantastic chiropractic work, which, by the way, I've gotten some sessions from her. It's pretty fantastic. And can we just take a moment to talk about, like, the whole thing with, I know this is body whispering is your signature work that you kind of put out in the world, and body being that part of, the body whispering, and your education with Cairo being a chiropractic. How important is it to kind of have this new kind of relationship with your body that allows you to be that embodied authority that we're talking about today?
Yeah, what I love about body whispering, and it leans heavily on my background as a body worker, a clinical practitioner for, I don't like to say 2 decades, but it's been 2 decades. Okay. And so what that means is I've worked with people, bodies, and physiology, neurology for a very long time. This is what I think people are needing right now is the bringing together, the cohesion of mind, body, and energy, and understanding that we've actually come such a long way in healing work, in quantum healing, in frequency, in reaching altered states and creating miracles energetically. But we cannot forget the role that the body plays in actually allowing these miracles to unfold. If we leave behind the body, or if we don't actually include the conversation and the power of the body in your healing journey or in your quantum enlightenment journey, you're going to have a limitation of results. You're actually going to not be able to bring those results into the 3D. And so, how important is my past and my history, and probably my understanding, is what you're asking, is like, how has my education and understanding of how the mind and body work together shaped my body of work? And it's so important. It's so important, and it's why I think body whispering, and those of you that practice body whispering and you get these amazing results, the reason it works so well is it absolutely includes every part of your innate intelligence, the wisdom of your body, the knowing of your intuition, your connection to divine, and then finally that energetic piece. So there's no part of you that's left behind in this work.
That's so cool. And actually, one of the things that's really kind of pinging, I don't know whether this was in the bio or a conversation that we were having about this thing about holding. Like we know most of us on this call here have been to different classes, different workshops, and done different things in our own light to kind of improve ourselves or create a change. And then there's this thing where we were having a conversation about manifestation and like creating the life that you truly desire. And there was this piece you spoke about holding on to that energy, which I think is pretty key. So can you take us through what that is for you?
Yeah, I think you've heard in the lead up to this, I'm speaking a lot about capacity, like your capacity to hold the results. So I said to you on this before we got on this call, I was like, what I wish for people is to start living from that state, not just visiting it. So we all have had these amazing experiences where you go to a class, you receive an amazing session, you have an amazing meditation. We reach that altered state. We meet our divine selves. We think, oh my gosh, everything makes sense. I'm enlightened. I get it now. Your frequency is elevated in that moment. And that's when we have our moments of genius and joy and connection. But how long do you hold that state for? And when we bring that conversation to embodied authority or power, how often in your life, how many hours of your day, and how many days of the month are you feeling strong and powerful in who you are? And how much of the time do you lose that energetic dominance, that energetic connection, that high frequency? And that's what I'm talking about when I talk about increasing your capacity to hold more and have more, not like this, but like this. Grow your container, grow your ability to embody power and hold power. When I'm talking about power, I'm talking about your ability to be empowered and create your life.
That sounds incredible. And like, so talk us talk us through what that process is. Like, is this, I'm sure this is not just a mindset, like a mental thing. It's not a visualization of you being in your power kind of a thing. How does body whispering as a system of work and what you have to offer kind of help build that vessel that can
Yeah,
allow this
that
energy?
muscle,
Yeah.
or yeah, that muscle almost. It's the opposite of mindset work. And I love that you ask all the right questions. But it's the opposite of mindset. I want you to think about how well you have ever managed to think yourself into the life you want, right? Versus what it actually takes to embody and experience the life you want. Now, I'm going to come back to using these terms like frequency and working in the quantum field because a lot of you are in the industry. A lot of you do a lot of healing work. I'm not talking to people who are new to this world. So let's get into the nitty gritty, okay? when we talk about changing your life by changing your frequency, holding an elevated frequency, changing the field that you are functioning from, being able to manifest or create instantaneously, frequency is not held in the mind. It's not a mindset thing. Your physiology is what creates elevated frequency. Your mind and body working together, not the mind as in your brain thinking about things, but your brain as in the anatomical structure, goes through this whole cascade of changes where your hormones are all activated and your cerebrospinal fluid is activated and your pineal gland is activated and your electromagnetic charge changes, and you get to this elevated state which we call coherence, right, through your heart and your body, and you feel this euphoria and you feel so powerful and you feel like you are unstoppable. That is not created by mindset. It's not created by doing affirmations and visualizations in a robotic way. It's not even achieved through practicing something over and over again if your physiology cannot eventually rise to meet you. If you do enough repetition, you will eventually get an effect, but it's the long, hard way to do it. With body whispering, we're doing it very quickly. We're opening up a space in the field for you to get to that space instantly in the sessions. You're working with the power of your body, with the power of your elevated frequency, where there's very little resistance, because in that moment, there is no judgment. In that moment, there is no association with the 3D. In that moment, you have let go. And that is why we're able to get you very fast results. Then the difference with body whispering is because you have been able to experience that moment, the body can remember. And when you come back and open your eyes in your 3D reality and you go back home and your husband or your wife wants to pick a fight and the children are having a bad day and you're late on a work assignment and your body is going to want to go back to what it is used to, which is contracting, you actually have this elevated frequency that allows you to respond in a different way. And that is the key to changing your life, is a changed behavior. And a changed behavior comes from a changed emotion or a changed frequency that allows a moment of change to change your life.
Incredible. And it is something one can hold. It is something that one can kind of grow into. And that, like, how does that kind of weave into like actually ensuring that you don't kind of go back and to the old life that you had maybe before? And like, are there some tips or tricks that you use to ensure that you are kind of embodying this new frequency or this new energy that you experience?
Yeah. So how many of you have heard of like terms like flow state, getting into flow state, getting into the frequency, following the energy, all of this stuff, right? And that just asked me a question now that's pretty much like the how of those things. And I want to bring you back to understanding what those terms actually mean. It means you're not thinking about it. So when you're actually in flow state, you're not thinking about how do I be in flow state, right? Because that is what will take you out of flow state. That is what will take you out of the elevated energy. That's what's going to take you out of being intuitive and responsive to your environment. So on a personal note, and sometimes I don't talk about my life enough in terms of how body whispering has changed this, but I was thinking about this last night because I was prepping for this call and I was like, okay, how does this look in my life? What does this mean? And I was like, okay, I can't think of the last thing that I wanted or needed that I didn't get. that didn't happen. I can't think of the last time I wanted something and I didn't get it. I can't think of the last time I needed something and I didn't receive it. I can't think of the last time I really wished for something to be a certain way and it didn't happen. But beyond that, so we talk about creating the life of your dreams. Well, my life is beyond the life of my dreams because at some point this energy took over and it started creating for me, and I don't have to do anything. Right? How am I coming to India in a month? I don't know. Apparently, I'm just getting there, right? It's not, there's very little effort. There's very little resistance. So the opposite, let's talk about it from the opposite way. If in your life you experience a lot of resistance, you experience a lot of friction, you experience a lot of pain, you experience a lot of fighting against the environment, against people, you feel unsupported, you feel like no one gets you, you feel like if you want anything, whether it's small or big, you have to fight so hard for it, you have to work so hard for it, you have to jump through so many hoops to get it. That is the opposite of being in flow state. That's the opposite of being in an aligned energy, right? That means there's a lot of resistance between you and your external world. So that, and I say this with a lot of gratitude, there is no bragging here, but that is not my experience. That is not my reality. It hasn't been for so long that I can't remember. The universe now delivers things to me better than I could ask for. It leads me to greater and to greatness, I believe. Okay. So for me, at some point, the body whispering energy took over. So, to answer your question, how do I do this? What is body whispering doing? Well, when you actually understand and allow the body whispering energy to contribute to you and to actually not just do it as a methodology, not just do it as, oh, I'm going to do this. A, B, C, D, and I should get XYZ result. No, if you actually embody the energy of it, it's going to create a life far beyond your wildest dreams. It's going to remove the resistance in your external world, in that 3D reality. A lot of my clients, one of the biggest things they struggle with is people in their life. They feel unsupported, they feel unloved, they feel like people don't give them the respect, the love, the worthiness that they deserve. They don't feel like they can easily create the life they want because they feel like everyone is against them or no one is supporting that vision. But people are responding to you. And we in Body Whispering work with something called energetic dominance. It's you becoming the dominant entity in your own life, as you should be, right? Doesn't that make perfect sense? In your life, who should be the main character? Who should be the most important person in your life, creating your life? But for you, how many of you, if you think about that question right now, how many of you would truthfully say, yeah, I am the most important person in my life? I am the most energetically dominant entity in my life, and my energy is what creates the path in front of me. Not what everyone else thinks, not what everyone else wants me to do, not me putting everyone else first, not me waiting for permission, validation, hoping that it goes my way, hoping I'm finally acknowledged, recognized, given permission. How many of you are seeing the difference? So energetic dominance is never going to be given to you. You have to create it and live from it for yourself. Then your path is going to be cleared. The world is going to change because it's going to change how it responds to you because you have changed your energy. That is something that needs to be embodied. It's not something that you can talk yourself into. It's not something you can, you know, do repeated affirmations about. It's something you need to allow your body to embody. And then everything can change, how people treat you, the experiences you have, how hard or easy something is in your life, how much flow you have in every part of your day. That to me is the true result of body whispering. Let's take that one step further. Body whispering is about changing any area of your life, including your body, including your health, including your success, including your wealth. All of these things can be very, very easy and simple with body whispering. But when you come from the conditioning that most of us come from, and by the way, I did not have any magical, easy upbringing where I was fed this stuff as a child. No, I grew up probably in a very similar environment to all of you. No one was feeding me like, oh, you can be anything you want and do anything you want. So I had to go through all of the healing for myself. But body whispering is the modality that changed everything the most for me. It's the thing that has created the life that I now have and continues to. And so it is really the thing that's going to give you continued evolution in your life if you stick with it.
Yeah. And if I may add here, for those of you that have joined us live, please, I would invite you to kind of, whatever questions you may have, anything that you may want to discuss, like, this is a forum for all of us. So if you'd like to put that up in the chats or raise your Zoom hands, we'll be able to kind of address those questions. And that was actually a cool thing you spoke about, Adila, about the whole the everything you spoke about, where it was not something that was something you were born with, but it's something you've kind of taught yourself over the years. And I see Ada has a hand up, and maybe you pick. I mean, I wanted to kind of get you to speak a little bit more about the energetic authority. I know you did cover the thing about how. Is there something more you can talk about? What does that really mean in a day-to-day life, and what does energetic authority mean when you're creating your world, when you're creating your life?
Yeah, it means when I walk into the room, you treat me based on the energy that I walked in with, not on, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be limited by resource. So I want you to think about this. How is this reality set up? Most people are treated well or not so well based on, okay, what socioeconomic status do they fit into? How educated are they? What class are they? Are they someone important or not? Are they someone with influence or not? Are they someone in authority or not? In today's reality, oh, if you've got nothing to give me, if I don't perceive you to be higher than me or have more resource than me, then people aren't necessarily going to give you the time, attention, or respect that every human being deserves, right? But energetic dominance is about not being limited by resource. It's having such high levels of embodied self-power and self-worth that you're not limited by the amount of money that you have, the amount of resource that you have, or even 3D resources such as time. With body whispering, with working in the quantum field, we're even manipulating time. We're getting results faster and faster. We're not limited by diagnoses. Let's talk about, health and medicine. We have so many testimonials and amazing results from people who have been told they cannot get better from a certain condition, that have chronic illnesses, that have been conditioned to believe for years that actually they can't change their body or their health, but it has changed with body whispering. It takes a little bit longer because we have to overcome that conditioning from this reality, but it absolutely happens. And so, energetic dominance, energetic authority is about not being limited by anything in your 3D reality, anything in your outer world. And when you have that power and authority within yourself, then yes, when you walk into the room, you're going to be treated well regardless. Even if you have someone that is a horrible and mean person to everybody else, they're going to talk to you nicely and respect you because there is something in your energy that tells them that you are important. You show the universe how to treat you. So those of you that feel like you're always struggling with people not treating you well, with you always giving more than you receive, with people taking advantage of you. I want you to look at your level of energetic authority or dominance in your own life. And if we're needing to shift something here, if we need to change something here, then yes, we need to receive that healing that body whispering offers, where we heal those wounds of self-worth, where power was taken away from us when we lost our worth and worthiness because of the things we've experienced in our life. Through no fault of yours. It is not your fault. Whatever you experienced as a child, as a teenager, as an adult, that created these subconscious beliefs or these core wounds around you not being good enough, that made you walk around putting other people first, forgetting your power and authority, allowing people to not treat you well, allowing yourself to think that how educated you are, how much money you have, or how good looking you are has anything to do with how you deserve to be treated. All of that is conditioning from this reality. And when we heal, when we fix those wounds, and in body whispering, one of my favorite things, it's been on in the manual from day one. The definition of healing that we use in body whispering is eliminating the conflict between different parts of you to come back to wholeness. When you come back to wholeness, you are unstoppable. And that is my wish for everyone, is to experience the wholeness that God intended us to experience when we came here to earth. It's to walk around whole, healed, and fulfilled in our lives.
So cool. I mean, I'm just saying incredible and so cool because that's exactly what this conversation has been today. And I see that we have a hand up. That would you like
Yes.
to?
Ada, go ahead.
Um, I'm not sure if what I'm gonna say making sense, but I know Dr. Della probably would understand me. She can read my mind. So just trying to figure out. So, um, what about we used to say, we often say we learn from failure because of now I'm looking back, for example, last 5 years, just say last 5 years, every failures that I experienced took me to the journey I'm in now. And it's because the doors that was closed on me that put me into the path I'm currently on. So if those people who actually helped me or I would be playing really small. So how does this so I'm just trying to work out how does failure take you to success play around in here. And secondly, just thinking back when I first arrived in New Zealand at age 14. I have no guardian, no one. I do have my mom's financial support, but it was relying on every person I met was really willing to help me, and was the journey was just so easy selling. And even until I was 33, before I got married, before I got pregnant, all the journey beforehand, I met all the incredible people. Like everyone was just so easy. My life was so easy. But there's just like a point when I got married, things just changed. And I start to learn about life. I start learn about human mind. I think it's just because before was just so easy. Even then, even from that point, I still feel now looking back, even it was hard, I still feel I'm the luckiest person. Like I drive myself to giving birth, and I was able to pack outside the, hospital, and then I give birth in 10 hours when a lot of people would tell me they take them 2 days. I just, even was hard and lonely and feel not supported. Looking back, I feel like I was given so many gifts that other people don't have. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, so your question was in two parts, so I'll just speak to
Yeah.
the two parts. The first part, we all have an origin story. So when you talk about how does failure work, how does learning from our failures work into this journey? Well, absolutely. Because the beginning of my journey, it's not a failure, as you say. Those things were crucial moments that defined us, that allowed us to learn and allowed us to choose our journey forward. But there are some people that expect it to always be hard. and think that failure is like it's a necessity, and it's not. So we have our defining moments, we have our origin story, but then, especially when you work with something like body whispering, you can just expect and allow things to get easier and better and quicker and faster, and not need to have the failures along the way in the later part of your journey, because you don't have to go through failure repeatedly to learn. Just learn the first time. Okay. The second part of your question, what I suspect, what I picked up on. So body whispering is not about making you something you are not. It's about bringing you back to who you always were, your most authentic, embodied, and connected to divine source self. And when you are that person like you were as this amazing 14-year-old, the universe is already and always has been supporting you. And you meet amazing people, and you are incredibly supported. You have always been incredibly supported. But what trauma does is it blocks that receiving. What trauma does is it changes our interaction with the world. So when you say to me, until I got married, and then after I got married, everything changed, and then I learned about the world and learned about human beings, and now everything is difficult. What that tells me is that was a traumatic experience for you. What that tells me is that took you out of embodied state and into 3D thinking state, and now having to make sure you don't repeat the mistakes that you made when you were married. And that's why you don't find yourself in that embodied authority state anymore, where you attract the support, where you receive without conditions, where you are connected to your authentic and congruent self. So we are not creating you into some new person in body whispering. We're making you the best version of who you always have been, where most of us at some point in our life, we do have experiences and remembrance of being connected, of being highly intuitive, of following the whispers, of having things work out for us miraculously. That is what life is meant to be like. And that is what we are reconnecting you to. Okay. The final thing I'll say before I open for a few more questions is it's not about forcing. So you know how I said, I'm not thinking every day, how do I do these things? I'm not walking around trying to control people. I'm not walking around even trying to control the outcomes. In fact, the more I surrender, the less I think about it, the greater it becomes. I have had an incredibly, like a crazy busy period. We ran our Black Friday sales. I didn't promote half as much as I was meant to. Think I sent out like 2 emails and we did 2 posts. Okay. It was half of what was on our marketing schedule. A week later, I looked, it's called Stripe, what we process payments through. And I opened it up and I was like, okay, what happened here? And I said to my husband, I don't know how we just had one of the biggest months of the year. I didn't even do anything. I don't even know where this money's coming from. Okay. That's what I mean. That's just one example of not forcing it, not trying to control it, but allowing the universe to work for you and with you, coming back to being in alignment with who you are and what you're here to do. So this is the invitation. Do we have any questions? Okay, body whispering, for those of you that are completely new, is a modality and a technique. That means it is something you're going to learn to apply and use in your daily life when you attend a 2-day class. You're going to learn the ethos behind body whispering. You're going to learn what it is. You're going to learn how to connect to the whispers. You're going to learn how to connect with your body. You're going to learn how to do this process called body whispering for yourself. And then the second part of the class is it is also a practitioner training class. You're also going to learn how to do body whispering for other people, whether it is just for your family and friends, or you want to become a practitioner and you want to offer sessions in a paid capacity, a professional capacity. Just by attending one 2-day class, you actually get that certification. And then it puts you on the path of being a body whisperer. And then we have advanced practitioners. So there's another class after that called advanced body whispering. And then finally, there's facilitator training where you can even learn to teach these 2-day classes. It's a long journey because I come from a very high standard of wanting my practitioners to be very professional, very highly trained. So you do 2 body whispering classes to then advance to the next one. And then you do a 3.5-day class plus lots of group sessions before you advance to facilitators. But the point of it is, it's an extremely safe, efficient, and empowering modality that you can use to change any area of your life, your body, your health, your empowerment, who you are and how you think of yourself, right? First and foremost, it was created as a modality to empower you. The second part of it is then, yes, you use it as a modality to empower and heal others. And it has incredible healing properties. It is a very simple technique to use, but it goes very deep in working at all 3 levels of mind, body, and energy. We were talking about earlier in the call, my background in neurology, physiology, working with thousands and thousands and thousands of clients over the last 15 to 20 years all around the world, is put into this modality. It's put into the classes, it's put into the manual, but most importantly, it's put into the energy of the modality. So when you learn it, you're not just learning what to do, you are receiving an energetic upgrade in how you work. And for all of my existing practitioners, you know that when you attend each new class, you get that upgrade. And you get kind of like a software update to how you do body whispering, how it feels, and what it's creating for you, but also for your clients in those sessions.
And India, like we are gearing up to have you in January on the 24th and 25th for the body whispering class. I think it's after quite some time and it's quite exciting. If I may ask you, Adila, what's different with body whispering in 2026? Is there something that you're being more intentional about with your classes and something that we can look forward to?
It's incredibly like the power component that we've spoken about today. It is incredibly powerful. But what I'm working on with my practitioners and I work with a lot of them in Life Whispering Club, and they have ongoing mentorship. And something we're consistently working on is surrendering to that higher energy, to accessing your most divine self, and to trusting yourself. This is where most people struggle, okay? I also realized I know very little about where I'm coming to. And I know very little about Embodied. I'm very excited. I've never been there before. So we do have, like you have been there a lot. We have our hosts on the call, the class hosts. So I would actually love to hear a little bit about what is going on, where are we going, and what's going to happen. Like you guys tell me.
Well, it's an incredible city, like I must say. And like we have Neetu here. She was actually one of the first few people. There's Komal, there's Krati Shivangi. Krati Shivangi, if you guys want to quickly unmute and say hi, they are the hosts for this event. And they're these lovely ladies. I mean, I've just had a great time in the city every single time. And it's been, I think we are looking forward to have you. And yeah, it's exciting. We begin the year with this, and to kind of have this be something that, moves us through 26 and forward is something that I'm personally looking forward to as well. Krati Shivangi, is there anything you guys want to quickly say? Like maybe just say hi and
Hi, Adila.
Hi,
We
I'm so
are super
excited.
excited to host you here. And I don't know what we can say about the place. I'm sure you'll have a lot of things to say once you're here,
Exactly.
but it's definitely.
I think you should tell me about the shopping, and that will make me really excited.
So there's a lot that this place offers, but mostly it's just very beautiful to do a class here. Plus, the weather is going to be just amazing right now because it's the best time of the year, at least for Ahmedabad.
Oh,
So it's very
wow.
pleasant, not too cold, not too hot, just perfect.
Oh my gosh, amazing. Thank you so much. So, look, I'm just so genuinely excited. And Shivangi, I know you're in my Wealth Whispering program. And one of the really special things we're doing, guys, is I'm coming in, and on the 23rd of January, there is a Wealth Whispering Masterclass. And for those of you that do not know the theme for next year, 2026 Wealth Whispering program, it is legacy, creating the blueprint for your wealth legacy. And there is a masterclass on rewriting your wealth legacy. And you can join us live in Ahmedabad for that, or you can join online from anywhere in the world. For some of you lucky people that registered early bird, it's included in your ticket price, so you're already coming. But for those of you that are not sure or were wanting to come but don't know, you can join a 2-hour masterclass first, okay? And we'll send you the link for that. And then I'm doing this 2-day body whispering class, 24th and 25th of Jan. It's live in Ahmedabad. I'm flying there from New Zealand, guys. So it literally takes me like 24 hours to get there. So wherever you are in the world, I don't think you have any excuses for not coming and joining us live in person. I'm sure most of you are much closer than me. It is apparently a beautiful time of year to be there. I'm very excited about all of the things. And secondly, you can join us online. When you join online, you have an amazingly deep experience. It's not like there's two different experiences. When you join online, you're on an interactive Zoom. You are paired up to do body swaps every time we have a session. In the body whispering class, you will be learning how to do sessions on other people. You'll be learning how to do body work live in person, but also via distance, okay? When you join online, you are paired up with another participant online and you do all of the swaps. You also learn how to run the process for yourself. You also are at any time able to ask questions, have an interactive experience. You're in no way kind of just left to your own devices. You're very much included in the class. It's very powerful, and you still get your certification. So all of our online participants get emailed their certificate. All of our live participants, we give you your certificate at the end of the 2-day class. It is just, I just never actually have the words to describe what happens in a 2-day class. It's always magic. It's always different. And it's always some sort of step up from the last one. So this is why we are saying, what's the theme for this one? What's going to happen? Well, actually, I don't know. Maybe it's so powerful. I'm not actually getting anything apart from, I think you should be there. And there is live Arabic translation, which we're very lucky for both the masterclass and 2 days. If you are joining in anywhere in the world in an Arabic speaking country, not only do you have live translation, but the timing is very, like, it's complementary. It's not too different. So you will be able to do those days quite easily. We have a hand up from Akram.
Well, hello there, all.
Hello.
I guess you all can hear me clearly.
I can hear you clearly.
Okay, so I just get a question to ask. It's all about being cognitive when thinking about the future and future.
Go
So
ahead.
okay, body whispering help us to get what clearly is we are out to do regarding the future. What just okay. I just have the ADHD, so I just want to other my thoughts. Body whispering help us to be clearly to what we would like to create in the future. Ah, get I guess the exact question that I love to
Yeah.
ask.
Thank you. Yeah,
Hey, thank you.
we have lots. I've worked with lots of clients with ADHD, lots of clients on the spectrum, lots of kids on the spectrum, lots of
hmm
kids with ADHD. We get phenomenal results because you don't have to slow down to the level of the mind. We go beyond the mind. We
That's
work
the
with the
point that
body,
I
with
asking.
energy. Yes.
It's the mind. It's the thinking. It's the loop of thinking
No, it's
without being
very
of doing
fast.
anything. Ah.
It's going to go way beyond, way faster than words, way faster than this reality. Do not worry. Yeah. Thank you for your question. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys, we've had lots of participants in the past that have whatever background you want to call it, different neurodivergent, autism, learning difficulties, just people who struggle with fitting into the very conditioned reality that we live in. Body whispering is fantastic for everyone, but it is very helpful. It is extremely regulating, not in a condensing way, but what do you need to create the life you want? Every single one of you. I don't know you. I don't need to know who you are and what's going on in your life. You need just a couple of things to create everything and anything you want in your life. Number one, you need to feel safe in your body. Number two, you need regulation in your nervous system in order to feel coherent with your brain, with your heart, and with the energetic field that you would like to create from. That is what body whispering does. It's what it creates. It is the energy you will access in the sessions. It's not going to slow you down. It's not going to make you wrong. It's not going to make you different. It is just going to make you coherent and resonant with the frequency that you need to be functioning from to get results. That is my experience, and that is why I think it works so well. Okay. You want to wrap this up for us?
Yes. And then
Yes.
before we quickly do that, Buckle, do you have like a minute? Like, can we make it short, quick, concise so that the last question for the day, and then we can, yeah.
I don't have a question. I just wanted to share. I've been with Dr. The retreats which I've attended for mind blowing. Loved it. So whoever wants to join, I'm looking forward to be in Ahmedabad, and I'm getting tapas along as well. So I'll be there, Adila, to be with you
Yay! To
and
go shopping.
for the shopping, body whispering, masterclass.
All of the fun things, all of the fun things.
Yes.
I'm so excited to welcome you back. What I love about body whispering, I think one of the greatest testimonials about it, guys, is the repeat participants, the repeat practitioners. This is not their first class. It's not their second class. They are advanced practitioners. They've done the classes many, many times for many, many years. They keep coming back. Why? I'm not forcing them to, I promise. I'm not blackmailing them. They are actually volunteering to repeat and pay more to come back, because that is how fantastic and life-changing the work is. And I just can't tell you how much we as a whole team, as an institute, and myself as the individual, welcome you with open arms, not just to the class, but to our community, to the Body Whispering family, and to the institute. Okay, so if you have questions, we have a couple of things you can do. You can DM me on social media. I'll do my very best I will check all of the folders. Okay, you can rush me a message. You can email me or the admin team. Or finally, you can go to my website. We're going to put all the links here so you can check out the class, check out the pricing. There are payment plans so that you can pay it off over 3 months. If anyone has any particular concerns or issues, please reach out. We're normally able to help you. And if you are an Arabic speaking participant and you require support, please reach out to Iman, and she liaises directly. She's part of our team. She has direct access to me and the team, and we will be able to help you very quickly. The manual is fully translated into Arabic. All your recordings and replays will be in Arabic as well as English. And when we do the swaps, you will be paired up with another Arabic speaking participant. So you will have the full experience, okay? Iman, is there anything you wanted to add, or is there any Arabic questions?
So far, no Arabic questions.
Okay, thank you so much. I just want to thank you. We've gone perhaps a little longer than I thought we would. We're just so excited. The team thinks this is going to be fantastic. Oh, okay, I forgot one thing. Our early bird closed with Black Friday, right? But I have something for you guys. When you join this class, as soon as you pay, you get put into a WhatsApp group. Now, I want you all to register as fast as you can and join the WhatsApp group, because I'm going to be doing a free audio series in there for you guys that are signed up. It's a bonus. It's going to be giving you the pre-work. It's going to be giving you prompts, and it's going to be giving you some energy work and healing and clearing sessions as a bonus before we get into the class. That is something I'm adding today. I forgot to tell you, but that is something that we are adding. That is all from us. Thank you so much. All of the links hopefully are in the chat. Yes. See you guys in Ahmedabad if you can. If it is at all physically possible for you to come to Ahmedabad, let's experience it together. I just think it's going to be phenomenal. Let's do this. Okay, cool. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much, Dr. Deela. Like, on behalf of everyone that's been on this call, I think this has been an incredible, so much is what we got to hear. And see you soon. We can't wait to have you in India and in Ahmedabad. Bye-bye.